Hi! Welcome to my channel. Alright, so if you haven't been here before, I'm Cambria. I go to the Air Force Academy and I pretty much just make videos about my experience, about lifestyle, about being a female in the military. So that's if you haven't been here before. If you have, thanks for coming back. Alright, so today's video, it's just gonna be quick. I'm doing the Military Monday series and it is the week before spring break and I probably won't have time to film this weekend, so I had an off period today, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna tell a nice little story time for you guys. I'd also like to start off this video by featuring one of the questions that was DM'd to me. You guys are awesome with DM me questions. I try and get back to them as quick as possible, so if you have any more questions, my Instagram is down below. You can just DM me and then I'll, give you a personalized answer based off that. So this question is from Emily Chantal. I'm sorry if I just butchered your name. That's, I'm sorry. So she says that she's interested in applying to the Air Force Academy, but she just wants to know some more information, and one of her main concerns is not being a tough person, I guess, as she put tough person, I guess. Would I even be able to survive? And so pretty much I had the same exact concerns before coming here, especially as a female. I wasn't sure if I would be tough enough or if I would have like the mental willpower to get through all the extensive military training. And plus I guess it's really hard here with the whole aspect of trying to keep up with the guys. And honestly, during basic, there's people that perform well and there's people that don't because they have strengths in other areas. So the people that usually aren't able to perform as well physically, they're usually pretty good at knowledge and carrying the team in that type of aspect. So a really cool thing about basic is everyone kind of uses their strengths to help the whole team. So if you're worried about the whole toughness factor, yes, initially it's going to be a shock if you don't really prepare yourself, if you're not doing push-ups before you come, if you're not running before you come, yes, basic will probably suck for you. But if you prepare and get yourself to your optimal performance before coming here, then you're not really going to have to worry about the concerns of, oh, I'm dragging the team down, because honestly, you're doing PT all day. At some point you're gonna break. They have cadre that rotate in and out, and you, your group of 30 freshmen that you're with, you guys are gonna break because they're fresh every single time that they're starting an exercise. You guys have been working out all day, you're probably not running on a lot of sleep, and I mean realistically not even a lot of food. They do feed you, just sometimes it's hard to eat a lot during meals. So yeah, I guess the whole toughness factor, I would not be concerned about that. Me personally, super girly in high school, didn't really, I worked out and I lifted because I played volleyball and I ran track in high school, so I was used to that physical side of things, but I wasn't used to doing stuff like flutter kicks and push-ups and pull-ups. I think I could only do one pull-up before I came here, and I was scared to death because I was there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up. But honestly, basic puts you in the position to get better at those things, and as you go through your cadet experience, you're going to get better at them. So thank you, Emily Chantal, for that question. I guarantee you're tough enough. It's mostly mental. Just prepare a little bit. If you guys want the workout that I did to prepare before coming here, I can put that down in the description box, just like this video, and I will do that. Alright, so I have about an hour to tell you guys the story, but I'm gonna try and keep it short. A question that I get asked a lot actually in my DMs is the whole gas chamber thing. Did my class year do the gas chamber? What's the gas chamber like? What are they gonna do to you? What does it feel like? And honestly, I feel everyone's story regarding the whole gas chamber thing, or gassing box, whatever you want to call it, is going to be a lot different because each person's body reacts differently to it. Some people are even immune to it, so they literally just walked out and no reaction because it didn't affect them. But I will kind of walk you guys through the day of what it was like from my experience, and let me tell you, it was so awesome. It was just so, I just wish I could do it all the time. I'm just kidding. I would never do that again. So yeah, honestly, So the gas chamber portion occurs during second beast. So you have first beast, which is 3 weeks up at the actual academy, and then you march to Jack. So that's when you're like in the woods and you're staying in a tent, and that's when that occurs. And if I'm being honest, everyone was looking forward to the gas chamber day because at least my cadre personally, like, they didn't PT us before and they can't really PT you after because everyone's just like hacking up stuff. So it's pretty much a relaxed day. So yes, the gas chamber itself sucks, but we were looking forward to that day. Every single day we'd wake up in Jack's and be like, when are we going to the gas chamber? And our cadre would be like, why do you even want to go? And we'd be like, well, we heard there's no PT if we get gas. And they're like, well, that might be false. But it was true in my case. So pretty much you go through a day of training, how to put on the gear, how to put on the mask, how to seal your mask. You literally take the gear off and put it back on for like 2 hours and just learning how to do that correctly. And then they give you a brief of pretty much what the effects of the gas are. And yeah, and then they line you up. And you're wearing your like big hazmat suit, whatever it's called, and you have your gas mask. And I just remember like walking up, they have them in like containers, like, you know, like the big storage containers. So like that's where they do it, like they shove you in there and then they make you walk out. And I just remember walking up to those containers in my like suit and my mask, and like my skin just, I wasn't even in the container yet, like my skin was just like burning. And I was just like, huh, like that's weird. Like I didn't really notice at first. It just kind of started like tingling, and then I was just like, no, like my face is burning. Like it felt like a sunburn, not like 3rd degree burns. It literally felt like I was getting sunburned, even though I was covered. So, and our group was the last group to go, or the second to last group to go. So I remember just like watching the first group come out terrified me. I was like, I'm not going in there. I'm not gonna do that, because they pretty much make you go in to the storage container and you have your mask on, so you just kind of feel like the sunburn sensation. And then you stay in there for, I want to say we were only in there for like 7 minutes, and they like walk around, and then they'll finally tell you to like unseal your mask, and you don't breathe in yet, so you just unseal. And then it was just like a flood of like, oh my god, my face feels so sunburnt right now. And then so you unseal, and then they'll ask you a question, and that forces you to, like, when you answer, it forces you to breathe in, and it just gets all in your lungs and everything. And then you're allowed to walk out. And by walk out, most people like literally like push their way out, and like some people's initial reaction was like to collapse on the ground, because they're like, you can't really get anything into your lungs other than the gas. Like it just feels like burning. And I just remember like my nose was burning, and it didn't hurt, like it wasn't painful, it was just more annoying and uncomfortable is what I would describe it as, because my eyes had the biggest reaction to it. So my eyes were just super watery. My camera might die, but we're gonna try and finish this. My eyes were super watery, and everyone is sick during Jax, so it pretty much just clears out everything. Like it was just disgusting, like snot down my face, I was coughing up stuff. And then you pretty much walk down the hill, and they're telling you to you move your arms to like fan air, and you just kind of like flap around. So you're like, some people are like flap crawling, and other people are like, I couldn't see where I was going. I was really just like flapping in a random direction. And they make you walk down the hill, and then you clean off your mask, and you just dunk it in a water tank, and then you're done. It's over. And they don't PT you for the rest of the day. At least my cadre didn't. Some cadre did. That would suck. I also don't know if last year's class did this. I'm pretty sure they did. But in the end, once again, it's not about toughness. Like, you're gonna get gassed, it's gonna burn, but then you can say you got gassed and you saw for summer camps. That's pretty fun. And it's completely different than what all of your other college friends are going through. And yeah, it's a cool experience that you get to do with all your freshman classmates. So that is my Military Monday story time. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next Monday.